Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's broadcast of Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Martin City Animal Hospital. We are proud to be partnered with Martin City Animal Hospital, have been all season long. Send a special shout out to the area's choice for full-service vet care. Just east of State Line Road in Martin City, Martin City Animal Hospital is where your cat or dog is treated like family. Call them at 816-941-0070. Learn more at mcahvet.net. We welcome you into today's pregame show. And Brennan Bolin here along with me, Aaron Feely on call here tonight. As Brennan, should be another great one here on Johnson County Sports Live. The women looking to defend that national championship, and they're looking like defending national champions thus far this season. Already another 11-0 start. I mean, they just continue to pile up the undefeated starts so far in the year, and it only gives them a nice test. They've only had really one close game against Triton College, which was one of their more recent matchups. But, I mean, this team is pulling away 20 to 25-point wins over a lot of great opponents. So I think for Johnson County, it's just continuing to build on what they already have in store and even continuing to build on, you know, their freshman youth and only looking to build on how incredible this team can be this season. Yeah, it's a team that continues to dominate in a variety of facets. Obviously, Layla Scott still drilling the three balls like you wouldn't believe, and she's certainly not alone in that aspect. They're very good from distance, and somehow they might be even just as good at the rebound game and getting underneath the basket, playing big ball thus far this year. There's just no one way to shut them down, and I think that's what makes them so dangerous to this point, as we're just about set for the starting lineups as we'll go down to the court.
Please welcome today's starting lineup for your Johnson County Cavaliers. First off, we have a sophomore guard sitting at 5'5" from Omaha, Nebraska, number 3, Kara Strickland. A sophomore guard sitting at 5'6" from Independence, Missouri, number 10, Layla Scott. Sitting at 6'2" from Neosho, Missouri, number 12, Carly Ellis. A freshman guard sitting at 5'9" from Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 25, Mia Adams. And a freshman guard sitting at 5'9" from KC Mo, number 30, Ananda.
So there you have it, the starting lineups for tonight's game, as we're just about ready for the opening tip-off here from Johnson County. Missouri Valley JV squad came down for tonight's contest. And as you mentioned in the pregame, Brennan, these Cavaliers just looking for some quality competition as they're looking to repeat as national champions. Going to get it here from a larger school, albeit the JV squad of that school. And this is not uncommon for Johnson County. They like to really bulk up their schedule with a lot of these JV squads from larger programs, larger schools, to try to get their teams a lot of good quality competition throughout the regular season, as the Cavaliers will win the opening tip-off. Gonna drive. Has that one blocked. Well defended there by Summerford, as Strickland couldn't quite get her way to the rim. And so Johnson County will have to inbound.
They played quick. Kara Strickland had wide open room in the paint, but just blocked really phenomenally on the help side defense that Missouri Valley had right there.
This time able to get the path that she was looking for, but couldn't quite finish. So here comes Missouri Valley back the other way. Summerford working on Strickland. Sends it outside. This one from three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound collected easily there by Ananda Ford.
What Johnson County has to do in this game is they have to limit the three ball of their opponents, but they can knock down threes on their end.
That's another thing they can do is Layla Scott getting things started nice and early. A big three ball there. Not an uncommon sight in this gym, and now Scott bringing this back the other way. Gets it to Ford. Ford puts it through. Great start here for the Cavaliers.
The man was looking on the seal.
And this might be getting even bigger here right off the bat. Ford to the rim, and Ford 2 more points. What a 30-second span there for Johnson County.
That's a quick 7-0 run, 2 turnovers that could have easily been prevented, but Johnson County, they're one of the best in the KJCCC and even JUCO Division II at getting steals.
As we're going to get a foul called here. They're going to call Adams.
And they average 8 steals a game. That's second most in the conference, just behind Allen.
And now trying to work something offensively in a 7-0 hole. Lost the handle on it, so she'll kick it outside. That one missed short, and it's going to go out of play. So a rough stretch there for Missouri Valley. Johnson County continuing to keep their hot start going.
It's just an open look that you kind of just have to knock down.
Strickland gets it to Scott. Scott outside to Adams. Adams will try her luck from three, and Adams' luck looking fantastic here tonight. 10-0 right out of the gate.
When you're shooting 38% from three as a team, that's just, it's phenomenal.
And there, Brittany Gillian gets the first points of the contest for Missouri Valley. Adams looking to add to her total already, and she will.
Back-to-back tough baskets from Adams. She can do it all inside. She can go from three-point range. She's not afraid. Probably one of the great three-level scorers to start off her Johnson County career as a freshman even.
So work this around the outside. Back to a 10-point hole. Back down to 8. Well shot there, Jasmine Summerford.
It's a nice back-down basket inside. Missouri Valley just needs to look for any way to respond.
Well, they're going to collect the rebound here, so stop the presses, Brennan, but Johnson County misses one of their three-point tries.
It's not uncommon. It's just three ball's hard to master.
Johnson County, though, about as close as you can come to a full mastery of it through these last 2 years, and they've been really good to start tonight's contest. But they're just a straight miss, and now Adams will try to make up for it, and now we're back closer to about 50%.
She was pretty on target with that one, too. It's not a bad shot selection at all.
No, and it wasn't a particularly bad shot itself either, as you mentioned, though now a miss back the other way, and then a miscue on the pass is taken away. So the two offenses go just a tad bit stagnant now as the defenses rise up and a couple of shots miss.
Luke just didn't turn around, and she was already down floor, and they were just trying to push the pace once again. Just miscommunication there, but Johnson County's just trying to play fast. If you're not on the same page in those scenarios, it's not going to work out. You're going to force a few turnovers. Ball is created by two teammates running into each other. Strickland is able to go around, pull up inside, have that shot, and you just can't afford to do that and have mistakes like that, and especially letting the second chance rebound go in.
And we'll step aside briefly here for the media timeout. Johnson County up by 8 when we come back on Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Martin City Animal Hospital. In out of the break here on Johnson County Sports Live. Cavaliers lead it 14-6.
What a start we have so far, Aaron. I mean, they started off on a 7-0 run. Missouri Valley just kind of pulling away as missed shots fall, but Johnson County has played a really phenomenal first quarter so far.
And now Missouri Valley tries to get this one down low. A little bit too much on the shot as Mackenzie Mann unable to turn it into points, and Johnson County brings it back the other way. They'll go quick ball movement here around the perimeter. And stolen away nicely. What a play by Summerford. Pulls up, takes the shot. I apologize, that is number 4, Saneria Ross. But no points once again there for Missouri Valley. 3 ball. Off the back of the rim, rebound collected by Strickland. And finally, a foul called as Warren turned and tried to get that one back to the net. And she'll go to the line.
And Aaron, I mentioned the starting 5 has been incredible for Coach Conrad, but how about Jade Warren off the bench? She earns her second KJCCC Division II Player of the Week, her first since week 1, so she's got 2 so far. 19 points and 7 rebounds over Wabash Valley. And then she had 16 points in the 107-35 win against Sauk Valley last weekend. So she shot at a high volume too, 52%. So that's the kind of player you want to have off the bench if you're Coach Conrad. And I think he's got a really nice and deep bench that I think was definitely sort of missing last year. But this year he's really got it with all the young talent and especially a few of the returners as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten to the point, you talk about the depth on that bench, he could basically come up with 3 separate starting lineups if he really wanted to and still win a whole lot of basketball games. As this one's going to go right to the rim and Mackenzie Mann turns it into 2.
Second time she was at Missouri Valley. She played at Missouri Valley earlier in her career. Then she transferred over to William Woods, and now she's back in Missouri Valley for her senior year. So talk about Astoria staying within the conference and within the NAIA.
A little bit of a sandwich there between the 2 runs here with Missouri Valley. And sometimes that's what you got to do. This one goes to the outside corner, just able to keep it in play. Nearly lost the handle there. So continue to look for any sort of operating space here around these Cavalier defenders. Mann, and I believe she had her arm hit.
She did.
So Mackenzie Mann will go to the line. She'll shoot 2 and try to get Missouri Valley into double digits.
And she came back for the sense that William Woods underwent a good majority of coaching tenures as their women's and men's basketball teams both had their head coaches leave or take new jobs, so new systems, and most of the time you're going to see players want to go play somewhere else, and Mann, of course, wanted to go back where she felt was necessary here at Moval.
And goes 2 for 2 from the line on that particular trip, so back here in Johnson County, stayed in the conference, so she's more than familiar with this particular area.
And, well, William Woods actually joined the Heart of America this season full-time as a member. So, I mean, she did technically stay in the conference, but she did get a nice revenge. 74-47, they beat the Owls, the varsity team did this year. So that was kind of a nice revenge.
So they'll get the perimeter movement going here. Trying to go down low. Oh, and right off the bottom of the backboard. Heart of America Conference, one that, as we get a deep two there from Johnson County.
One that we both know well, actually.
Absolutely. Missouri Baptist played in the Heart of America Conference there for a short stint.
They're back in this year like William Woods.
A lot of movement throughout that general level. There's Jade Warren, right to the rim, draws the foul.
The only member that surprisingly did not move with us was actually Columbia. Columbia is still in the American Midwest. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were to join the Heart of America in the next coming years. Actually, I think next year they might be a full-time member, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, both of us being very familiar with the Heart of America Conference. Myself being a former William Woods Owl.
And Jade Warren goes 2 for 2 on that trip. So back out to a double-digit lead for Johnson County. They do a spectacular job kind of jumping out to big leads early. And even when the momentum starts to swing against them, they are not particularly susceptible to letting games get away from them or slip through their fingers. It's usually not long before they're able to put the foot right back on that gas pedal.
That was a bit of a problem last year. We saw it in conference play. They almost let a game slip against Allen. They almost let a game slip against Fort Scott. They don't have that this year so far to start the year.
And here they're going to try to add points to it, and Layla Scott saved by a whistle, and we're going to get a foul, as that looked like a potential turnover going the other way, but a little bit too much contact.
I must say, she's done a phenomenal job stepping into the shoes her sister wore last year and being a sophomore leader on this team. Her sister, of course, Talia Scott at Rockhurst now. Division II powerhouse in the GLIAC.
That one touched and out of play. Yeah, obviously both Scotts were a huge part of the offense of this squad last year, and there were some questions as to what losing Talia would do for this team coming into this season. And not to diminish the impact that you just talked about she had with this squad, but it's been amazing how little they've missed any beats.
They really haven't missed a single beat so far, and I think that speaks volume on how well Coach Conrad has recruited this year. I mean, you look at the depth that he has on the floor with the freshman that he brought in, Mia Adams. Phenomenal shooter, we saw that. She scored a lot of the points so far off the bat, and Nanda Ford as well has done a great job. And of course, she comes from the area in Kansas City, Missouri, so she's shooting over 50% from the field this year, 53%.
It's been a fairly spectacular season thus far indeed. Obviously last year brought home hardware, looking to do it again. They get the benefit of that travel call against Nina Winter just now. And Mia Adams over to Ford. Cavaliers keep it moving wide open for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, though, collected by Adams. She puts up a shot, she draws the foul.
That is such a great selection there. She was back down in the paint, takes a dribble to get herself out, and that turnaround fadeaway shot getting the foul. That's just 100 IQ basketball right there from Adams.
So Mia Adams will go to the line. She'll shoot 2. And she'll get at least 1 point out of it. She'll try to make it a perfect trip.
And her shoe game incredible too. Ran the Kobe reverse Grinches. I mean, of course, that's a popular shoe for hoopers, but just speaks to how much she loves this game.
And now, Missouri Valley bringing it back the other way. At risk of letting this one get away from them early as we're still here in the first quarter. They're down 13. Trying to get anything open, but Johnson County playing some stout defense. Shot clock into single digits. Fakes the three, the drive, too much on it. Rebound collected there by Johnson County. Jocelyn Moore to Adams to Ford. Tried to go back to Adams, and I don't think Mia Adams was ready for it.
It was kind of just all on a spur of the moment. They just wanted to tip drill each other right there, and Adams just wasn't ready instinctually in time. That's just great fundamental basketball right there. You're forcing Missouri Valley to look one way and the other. Get a steal out of this.
And then Scott able to draw the foul as she takes it right to the rim, and she'll go to the line. 8.4 left here in the first quarter. Chance to add to an already fairly substantial lead.
Scott, one of the higher free throw percentage shooters on the team at 85% this through the first 11 games of the season, Aaron.
She'll hit that one. 25-10. We'll see if Missouri Valley able to generate anything with the 8 seconds they've got here in the quarter.
I think they'll just hold it and settle for last shot.
Oh, well, they'll get an open look, and that one comes up well short. That'll do it for quarter number one. Cavaliers ahead by 15 over the visiting Missouri Valley. We'll be back with second quarter action. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Martin City Animal Hospital. Out of the break here, second quarter just about ready to get started. Cavaliers up by 15, and they'll get the ball to begin quarter number two. Nanda Ford sends it in, and Strickland with it. Good movement around the perimeter here, finds its way back to Strickland, and now Layla Scott. Oh, pass just a little bit out behind Strickland, and it's taken away. Pulls up, takes the shot off the rim, no good, out of play. Last off of Missouri Valley, it'll be Cavalier ball.
That's just quick, active hands by the Vikings. That's the one thing that I really have loved about their game so far, is that they're quick and active with their hands. And Johnson County, you can't settle for any easy pass because Missouri Valley will be right there playing close defense. That's what's led them to forcing a few turnovers on this Cavaliers squad, is they're very active and aggressive with their hands.
Scott Trying to drive, trying to weave her way through that sea of hands. And can't quite get that one to go, and it ends up in the hands of Mackenzie Mann. Here come the Vikings back the other way.
They love that ball screen high-low.
Now we'll see if they can get anything out of it. Drive, tangled up in a whole mess of defense, and a whole lot of defense that got a little bit too much body contact, so that's going to send Gillian to the line. She'll shoot 2.
Jade Warren will check in for me, Adams, and just a tough take for Gillian right there.
First one gonna bank off the front of the rim.
Kind of local to Marshall area at Ash Grove, Missouri.
And able to salvage one out of that trip. Warren sends this one out. Strickland. Now to Ford. Ford, nice move right to the rim. 2 more on the board.
Just went to her opposite hand and was very crafty with her move to be able to get downhill and have easy space to make that layup.
Puts it up top, looking for Mann, trying to use the height advantage, but the shot wouldn't fall. Up court they go. Warren. Oh, can't convert it. And the Vikings corral the loose ball.
So the thing Missouri Valley has is that height advantage, but they kind of work into a 4-1, a 3-2 kind of look. They're going to let their post take open shots like that and kind of just rimmed out, unfortunately. There's another open look down low.
Strickland for 3. Off the rim, no good, but Ananda Ford, who's having a sensational game thus far in this first half, collects a rebound. Finds its way back to Ford. She's trying to direct traffic. Down low it goes, off of Jennings and out of play.
And they went to that kind of almost like a Kansas-like play where you kind of just roll around, ball screen, kind of roll off that, and then Ford was trying to go for it again, but Missouri Valley had it covered perfectly, so she was kind of stuck for options. That's what forced that turnover, is she was trying to dump it down. She just didn't really have much, and Jennings wasn't ready.
This one's taken away. Get it down low, up and through. Nicely done, Skyte Wilson.
Doing a nice job getting down there, using the left hand. Beautiful finish from Skyte Wilson.
Gets the screen, now goes down low to Mann, and she draws a foul. Blocking call goes against Johnson County. I'll say it was pre-shot, and I think that was fairly obvious. But you got to appreciate Mann a couple seconds later trying to get the shot off. You just never know, Brennan.
No, you don't. They were kind of stuck on it at first, and then they kind of just initially settled for that call.
Oh, and on the inbound, Layla Scott got her hands up and takes it away. Could not get the shot to go, though, off the bottom of the backboard. And the Vikings will get 2 going the other way. Finished off there, Erica Birch. Skyte Wilson ended up just being an elongated pass, essentially, off the backboard, and McKenna Jennings finishes the deal.
This is why Johnson County averages the most rebounds in the conference so far, averaging about 54 a game on the season. This team, they get a lot of second chances, and they'll make you pay if you don't get the board initially first. Right there, that's just another rebound and easy basket for the Cavaliers, and their guards just go downhill so fast and really quick, and they're just able to, use their aggression to be able to win rebounds like that. That's especially daunting for a team like Missouri Valley, who has the height.
It certainly has to do damage to morale, getting consistently out-rebounded. Not that they haven't had their keen victories getting the rebounds here tonight, but Johnson County doing decidedly better than you'd expect if you just looked at it on paper. As Jade Warren actually got a basket back on the back end of this play. And then that one ends up in the Johnson County bench.
And Warren had a beautiful pull-up basket there. Just got enough space off a screen, just pull up two from the corner, from the elbow of the box inside, and it's doing a nice job. Then Missouri Valley on that end, they tried to go with the skip pass. It was an open look, but just mishandled.
Down low. Warren, a foul. That's going to go against Winter.
That's a beautiful move from Warren. She had it up high. She brought it down, power dribble through, and got enough space to where she is able to put it up and get fouled on the call because she had three defenders almost swarming her inside.
Warren drills the first one.
Shooting at the line for your Cavs, number 1, Jade Warren.
And a 2-for-2 trip there for Jade. Shot for three. Off the rim, no good. Layla Scott corrals the rebound. She's going to try to launch that one up court. Gets it to Warren. Tried to sell a foul. Not going to get the whistle. So she just decides, oh, what the heck, I'll try to get the basket, but it goes off the back of the rim, and then a jump ball is called.
That was just incredible effort there from Warren, just trying to fight for the third rebound, especially just trying to grab it away, but Cavs are playing aggressive and playing fast.
We'll go to immediate timeout here. 4:53 to go in the half. Johnson County, a commanding lead here on Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Martin City Animal Hospital. Out of the break. Cavaliers leading this one by 22 here in the first half. Will be Vikings ball off the inbound here, but they're going to need quite a run to try to get back into this ball game. And very few teams make any sort of runs against this Johnson County squad.
They average among the best. They only led opponents to 46 points per game. That's just second most or second fewest in the league behind Allen. And Allen has been a really good defensive team this year. But Johnson County, they can kind of complement both their games in terms of their scoring offense, and they play really good defense too. But what I've seen from Allen so far, I'm excited to see them and see this matchup here coming next year, Aaron.
It should be a good one, as that one ended up out of play. Last off the Vikings, Layla Scott's got to get this in and does. So Johnson drives, 2 defenders in the area, and at least one of them fouled.
But what Johnson County does so well is their opponent's percentage from the field, 26%. I mean, that's just incredible for a team that, you know, not only could score, they can get back on defense and force tough shots. And I think that's what they've done so well is they force the tough shots and they've just played defense from all over.
Tonight, we've gotten a pretty good look at them showing off their free throw game as well on top of everything else. Drawn a number of fouls, and they've been converting when they've gone to the line.
Conference best 72%. There's 4 Cavs that are shooting above 80% at the line.
Fairly ridiculous number as the Vikings now going to try to drive back. Now kick it outside. And taken away by Jade Warren. She'll weave her way through this defense and draw the foul.
Got slapped in the face there. Just trying to drive in, but Warren's not afraid to go down and try and take a shot. It doesn't matter whether she's from the perimeter or she's going to drive in and make you pay. That's just the toughness that Jade Warren has.
And then follows it up by making her first free throw. She'll try to make it a perfect trip.
92% from the line. Excuse me, 68% from the line.
Johnson tried to get that one back outside. Might have been looking for Warren, but it was taken away. And now Missouri Valley kicks it outside. This will be a long 2, and it won't go. Layla Scott corrals the loose ball, and she'll bring it back the other way. Scott to the rim, and a foul. So Layla Scott, a chance for a 3-point play. We talk a lot about her making good on those, but this time she'll do it in the more traditional sense as she goes to the line for the and one.
That's just beautiful basketball right there. Just a quick drive, just throw it up, and using the glass especially, that's what I think's really developed about her game this year. She used the glass a lot more from what I've seen.
And she converts on the free throw.
And you want to do it especially on those layups when you're going downhill very fast. If you just get it right off the best part of the glass that'll make it fall, then coach will be very happy about that.
Coach will also be pretty happy about this. Ananda Ford right to the rim off the steal. 2 more on the board for Johnson County.
Got 8 points off turnovers so far for Ananda Ford.
Whistle?
And a call for a travel there.
A little bit too much slide on that plant foot, and Johnson County is going to take the inbound. 3:01 to go, already with a commanding 30-point advantage.
Yeah, Brennan got stuck there.
Rebound, Cavaliers, and Layla Barnes makes good on it. Shot, got it. So a brief spell of good news there for the Vikings fans tuned in with us, as finally able to put some points on the board after Johnson County was looking nigh unstoppable there for a brief period. Ford was looking to extend her already impressive resume here tonight. That shot not going to go. Outside for 3. Just a bit off target, but Ford collects the rebound and collects 2 more points.
And Ananda Ford snagging that rebound, had a lot of vertical on that one. It was easy to just quickly throw it up and get it off the glass and in. Ananda Ford has been a difference in this game today. And she's done it in the most unique way, too, I should say. Oh, that's just not a good turnover right there.
No, and quickly turned into 2 points for the Vikings. Shout out to Trinity Brennan on the play for making it happen, but Cavaliers now. Good aggressive defense here from the Vikings. There's been no let up whatsoever, no matter how the score has gotten itself to. They continue to play good, aggressive, physical defense, as you see there. It's led to some fouls, but that's kind of the sword they've chosen to live and die by. They've also gotten some steals out of it.
Yeah, Sophia Karma, shout out to her. That's the second different defender. She was just smothering right there. You know, it could have been close that she could have picked up that foul, and she was trying to go toe-to-toe with Jocelyn Moore, but she does pick it up there for the reach and sending Holzer to the line for 2 shots.
And she'll hit the first one.
67% free throw shooter. Yes, that's her actual statistic. I wasn't going for the modern day trend, Aaron.
I got caught off guard by one of those when on our last broadcast I mentioned the height of one of the men's visiting forwards being 6'7", and Caden Carbajo made a little bit of a reference to that, and I sat there like the old man at age 30 that I apparently am, just kind of staring and blinking for a good 5 minutes before it finally clicked. But we got there eventually, as Mann's going to go to the line, and she'll have her opportunity here. First one right through.
That's been I must say that's been Caden's favorite word so far, and that took several rolls before finally falling in on that second free throw.
Well, she's a showman if nothing else, Brennan. She wanted to add a little drama to it. If we really wanted to get into it, we could have played some dramatic music through the loudspeakers as it was going, but it did eventually fall. And now the Cavaliers will shoot a 3. Not going to go. Barnes collects the rebound. You'd have to imagine that's either going to be a jump ball.
It is a jump ball, and he gave it to Johnson County. And that's a great box out. Layla Barnes boxing out of defenders, snagging it right when she needs to, and that's a beautiful setup there. Now to Ford. Just rolls off that screen and earns the points kind of effortlessly, too.
Taken away Johnson County, and look who's got 2 more points.
Nanda Ford.
What an insane half for Ananda Ford.
Cavs are flying now. A lot of the momentum's kind of shifted towards their side.
They do a great job of creating momentum as well. They've had a lot of momentum pretty much since they won the opening tip-off, to be entirely honest. But
you can hear Coach Parker. She told them slow down there. They tried to rush that pass down.
Yeah, probably should have listened to Coach. Instead, a 3-ball coming the other way. That one airballed. And why don't we just add a rebound to Ananda Ford's first half? Shot clock down. Strickland drills it right before the half. A 3-ball for number 3. And she adds to an already impressive lead. We go to halftime, 56-19. Cavaliers rolling as they look to get to 12-0 here on the young season. We'll step aside and be back for the halftime show right after this on Johnson County Sports Live. Back in for the halftime show, brought to you by I-35, I-435 Attic Self-Storage. Attic offers climate-controlled units, RV and vehicle storage, plus clean move-in ready spaces. As a veteran-owned, community-focused business, Attic features monitored 24/7 space with friendly on-site managers. Rent, reserve, and pay online anytime at attic-storage.com. Well, at the half, it's 56-19. There's not a great deal to break down here, Brennan, but we can take a quick peek at some of the statistics, and absolutely not a surprise in the slightest. Would you take a look at that? Ananda Ford appears to be leading everyone in scoring here in the first half.
And there's no surprise. I mean, 8 of 9 from the field and has scored 16 points in 12 minutes, which that's pretty impressive when you say the least. And she scored her points pretty quickly, too. She had back-to-back points to start off kind of the first 30 seconds of the half, and then the last maybe minute of the half, she had back-to-back scores as well. So no surprise she's leading the Cavs in scoring. But I think another point I want to mention is off of turnovers. Johnson County has 26 points off of turnovers, and Ananda Ford's been accredited to a lot of it. Also, the number of second chance points, 20-0. So she's kind of contributed to both those stats as well, and there's no surprise why she's leading the team with 16. But also shout out Layla Scott, 10 points. Also on the starting side as well. And, you know, Mia Adams is also attributed really well at 7 points, but just 2 of 5 from the field in 8 minutes.
And Jade Warren also up there in scoring, all of them currently sitting above the leading scorer for Missouri Valley, which would be Mann. But it has been a dominant first half for the Cavaliers. A substantial lead, a whole lot of really nice-looking statistics individually as well on top of it, and a team that's looking to get to 12-0. When you've already got a national championship the previous year, it does feel like it's almost like a standard shift going into the very next season, and you can really feel that as this season has begun here for Johnson County.
Yeah, and they don't mess around when it comes to these JV games. I mean, we've seen them several times where they've scored over 100 points on the JV squads every time. You look at Haskell, they scored 137. They scored 103 on Ottawa, I believe they played. So it's really a matter of they don't mess around. And, you know, you look at the rosters of the JV squads, and these are girls that are just trying to develop and trying to fit into a system, and they're going to play tough teams that, you know, they don't play at the same level as they do, but they play tough and they play competitive, and that's what they're trying to train them for. So these are the reasons for these games, but Johnson County, they don't mess around. They want to go back-to-back this year, and this squad is already looking phenomenal and looks like a team that could probably go back to the national tournament and win it.
Yeah, obviously you talked about finding these opponents that will play them good and tough and physical. It's not particularly competitive on the scoreboard, but that has been one thing that you have seen a lot of in the first half out of Missouri Valley. They have played up and in Johnson County's business when they get back defensively. They're physical, they're playing pressed up, and something for Johnson County to get a look at, as you mentioned, as they get into some more meaningful games down the stretch. But, man, have they been up to the task to this point. 56-19, the halftime score. We'll step aside, and in the next minute and a half, we'll have second half basketball action coming at you here on Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Martin City Animal Hospital. back in live on Johnson County Sports Live. Just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Cavaliers with a 56-19 lead. As both teams break their huddles. Vikings directed toward the near sideline for the inbound to begin half number 2.
And Aaron, something we missed out on is that Missouri Valley, shooting-wise, first quarter, or they're shooting a combined 27% from the field about, but they've not made a three in this game so far, and that just speaks to the amount of opportunities that Johnson County has limited for Missouri Valley from the perimeter.
Yeah, it started off with 2 consecutive three-point tries for the Vikings. Neither of them went through. And as you mentioned, evidently just haven't been able to find a look that they've been able to drill since. Has not been an issue for Johnson County to this point.
Actually, I should mention first quarter, it was that 27% mark, but they shot 30% in the second quarter, so they bettered themselves a little bit, but combined 28% from the field in the game. And Johnson County.
Oh, and Scott missed that one.
Johnson County 44% from the field, 23% from three.
Well, there's a three-pointer for the Vikings in this one.
First one of 6 tonight for Missouri Valley.
Now trying to go the other way, tried to get it to Ford, kept in. Oh, and the Vikings sent that one right into Strickland. Adams pulls up at the free throw line. No good, but the rebound collected by Johnson County, and Alec turns, fires, draws the foul.
This will be Alec's first chance to get on the score sheet tonight, and although she's not scored a point, she's got a rebound, she's got an assist, so she's done her part tonight in being a productive player on the floor, and she's not someone to get on the score sheet, but why Coach Conrad puts her in is because she gets it done on the floor, and she averages 6 rebounds a game. And that's what Coach Conrad loves about Ellie, because she can get the rebounds necessary. And that's kind of the part of the lineup you love, Aaron, is someone you're not really worried if they get on the score sheet, but you'd love to see it, but also she gets the rebounds, and that's what matters. There's so many different levels of play in this game, and getting rebounds, I feel, is kind of the number one thing. Is you can shoot the ball all day long, but if you get the rebounds, then that's what collects more opportunities for your team.
Well, and there she was able to play some fairly stout defense against Mann. Mackenzie Mann has been the biggest force for the Vikings to this point. So they'll try another 3-ball. This one not going to go. And Jade Warren, I thought, came down clean with the rebound, but it looks like she was also fouled.
Going to be on Summerford.
So they'll have Johnson County do it the long way, and they'll come back inbound this one. Here comes Strickland. Adams will try her luck with a 3, and Adams hits another one.
There's pressure there, too, that Adams shot through. And how that one did not go in for Missouri Valley, I don't know.
Warren not going to go.
And she hit a step through down low, too. That's a beautiful move by Jade Warren to get through and find some space.
And now Strickland will try to make some space for herself. That one won't go. They'll kick it out to Warren. Warren considered taking the 3 herself. Instead, she gives this one off to Adams. Adams a drive. Won't go, but does draw the foul.
The thing that Johnson County feels kind of progressed into this year is their guards are going more downhill. And Corey Holzer, out of high school, she was known for that too, and challenging these defenders. And I think Coach Conrad's really instilled his guards to say, hey, go downhill more and collect some contact and see if you can get some shots out of it. And right there, Adams not afraid to go down low and try to attempt a shot. And we've seen other guards too, like Jade Warren's gone down there several times. But what separates her is she's able to make that space with her shiftiness and her craftiness. I think that's what separates her game, is she's so shifty and is able to make defenders miss and is able to just find ways to get open, even if it's for herself or for her teammates as well.
And a 1-for-2 trip there for Mia Adams. Summerford pestered here by Jade Warren. Gets through, puts up the shot, and gets the 2 points. So now we'll see if we get any of that shiftiness on display this offensive possession for Johnson County. Warren, instead, she'll just pull up and shoot, and why not when you're shooting that well? 2 more on the board for the Cavaliers. They continue to roll.
She went with the high-low pump fake, went to her left and then went to her right and is able to get enough space to where she had that pull-up too. That's an easy shot and an everyday shot for Jade Warren right there, why she was able to hit that.
That one going to come up well short, though. And the Cavaliers will take it on the inbound.
And Summerford, I go back to her basket. She had 4 or 5 ball fakes, kind of just down low, just trying to read what Warren was going to do, and then she was able to get that space and just drive. Was able to collect that basket.
We'll see if Strickland's able to. That one not going to go. Sorry, that's Johnson. Ball ends up out of play. Last off the Vikings, it'll be Johnson County ball. Strickland out to Adams. Adams, another 3 try, won't go. Johnson collects the rebound. Out to Strickland. Strickland who had a beauty of a 3-point try right before the end of the half. Ellick got it, and the foul.
And that's great ball movement by the Cavaliers. They had to fit it through tight windows, but Ellick right there snagged the pass, just shot it, and the defender just happened to run into her, but that's just an everyday shot for Ellick right there that post normally will do, and she gets that free throw as well, but that's just great basketball by Carly Ellick right there, and she's having a great third quarter.
We'll see if that continues. You talked about no points scored in the first half, but does a great job coming off the bench as a big-time defender and rebounder. But then since that statement, 5 points on the board for number 12. And watch out over on the bench. Sarah Kamas took one, an errant pass right to the forehead, it looked like.
Let's hope she's okay. It's kind of the dangerous part about this game a little bit, is sometimes those passes can go wild and you don't suspect it.
Oh, nearly taken away. Johnson, though, able to corral it. 3-pointer, no good.
You can hear Coach Conrad. He was saying swing it around, get some open looks.
Well, back on the other end, doesn't get a lot more open than that. Tied up, jump ball.
Well, it's back-to-back possessions where they don't get anything successful there. And you looked at it earlier, they had really great ball movement, Aaron, but then just those last 2 possessions just have been unsuccessful. So, I mean, they'll stay with it here after the jump ball, but let's see what this new group of 4 can bring in for Johnson County. I expect them to progressively move the ball around and fly around the floor.
Or just get it right to Ananda Ford, who's now over 20 points in this ball game. She was at 7 rebounds in the first half, so she collects a couple more of those. She's looking at a double-double here tonight. She wants the triple, though. She's going to have to really up her passing game right now. She was at 0 assists. That shot no good. Rebound collected by Ellick.
It's great box outs by Johnson County.
Shot and the foul. Corey Holzer will go to the line to try to get a third point.
And coaches will tell you again, Aaron, use the glass, and that's just a beautiful job. Holzer kind of just threw it up, and it hit the glass perfectly to knock it down. That's a great job by Holzer to get herself to the line.
And then it's apparently our fault here, Brennan. We're going to attempt to ice her before her free throw try as we get a media timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Martin City Animal Hospital. Back in out of the break, 71-26, Johnson County on a roll here, third quarter. And Holzer at the line as she tries to add the free throw. An and one opportunity for her, and she drills it. So even out of a full media timeout, it didn't still her nerves in any capacity. She was able to come out and drill that one. And so now the Vikings the other way.
Stout defense by Johnson County. Yeah, I know that's what you're going to say too, probably.
Ellick with a nice block. And then Layla Scott went for the three, won't get it. Rebound there for Ford. She lost it. And now coming the other way. Nicely done, Brennan. And I do mean Trinity Brennan there, not I'm sure you would have made a great play as well there, Brennan, but one's out to Ford. She'll try for three. Unsuccessfully. And Trinity Brennan will collect the rebound.
I mean, I participated in a charity basketball tournament, which my team did end up winning, but my contribution was 0 for 2 from the field, maybe 1 or 2 rebounds, and that's about it.
Three-pointer, no good. Kept in. Did it stay? No, off of Johnson County and out. So a great play made there once again by Trinity Brennan. Getting that one off a Cavalier before it went out of play. That's all right, Brennan. Every time I used to get asked to join anything basketball related with any actual legitimate basketball players from the team, I was usually fouled out of that game within a quarter or two. So,
is it that aggression from football?
No, it was usually just straight up clumsiness. Actually, I was just really bad at basketball. But, the aggressiveness would have been a better fallback story, I think.
That's definitely true.
But for now, we'll go back to those who are actually skilled at this sport, though that one going to be a little offline, and Johnson County collects the rebound.
Ooh,
hard foul there on Skyte Wilson.
Just wrong place, wrong time. Just a lot of contact right there.
So Wilson will go to the line now. Johnson County making themselves at home on that free throw line here tonight. Talked about the aggressive style of defense that these Vikings like to play. It is a double-edged sword, though, and this is the other end of it. As Wilson drills the first. And goes 2 for 2.
I say a very good free throw number from Johnson County in that first half. They shot 83%. Excuse me, that was Missouri Valley. They shot 88%, did the Cavaliers, 83% from the Vikings. So both teams doing a phenomenal job from the free throw line, and Missouri Valley is finding their groove from three-point range.
Yeah, Erica Birch, she must have heard you earlier talking about the lack of three-point production in the first half.
Might have.
And now Ananda Ford will try to make something happen for the Cavaliers. Skyt Wilson to the rim. Ford the rebound. Ford puts it through. What a night for Ananda Ford. On an evening that she originally was not probably expecting to be playing any basketball. This a reschedule of yesterday's game after we had some snowfall here in the Kansas City area.
I mean, technically we could call it a postponement if we want to give it that, just 24-hour pushback. But the only thing that's going to be quite a tale is kind of the tight schedule that they'll be running. Is they play tonight. They've got Raritan Valley Community College on Thursday, and then we come back here and the men have Baker. And then Sunday, it's a reschedule of the game against Central Methodist. It's going to happen on Sunday, December 7th.
So a busy week for Johnson County as Skyt Wilson tries to make something happen here. Out to Mia Adams. Travel called.
She tried to hop step right through the paint and
got busted a little bit.
Yeah, it took an extra step there. But then after Central Methodist, they go back-to-back. They play St. Mary's JV for a second time.
Oh, nice move, and even better defense by Mia Adams. Summerford thought she had gotten around this Johnson County defense, and Mia Adams using the height advantage there.
Also the anger from the travel call as well.
A little bit of a 1-2 combo. Taken away. Skyt Wilson lost the handle.
Out of bounds, last touch by the Cavaliers. Possession, Vikings.
This is an all-freshman squad that Coach Conrad's running right now. Kind of just comfortability that he's had.
Off the rim, no good. Collected there, McKenna Jennings. Fake the pass, Holzer to the rim, and the foul.
That's a great move by Corey Holzer. Whenever she was on that Euro step, she acted like she was going to pass it off. Quickly took it herself and threw it up and got fouled there. And that's her second straight and one that Holzer has the opportunity to convert here. The Cavaliers are ramping up the score here.
That they are. They are approaching yet another 100-point game. As Holzer will add one more to that total.
We're looking at the fourth time. We're looking at going 4 for 4 and scoring 100 points on a reserve squad. But they're looking at the fifth time this season they've scored 100 points in a game or 100 plus, I should say. And all 4 of their 100-plus point victories came within the month of November.
Well, hoping to keep that one going here into the merriest time of year. As that one ends up out of play, it'll be Cavaliers ball for the inbound.
And the halftime Christmas music kind of spoke to it being the merriest time of the year.
A little bit of Mariah Carey never hurt anybody.
Absolutely not.
As that one's right through. 2 more on the board there as Ross able to drill it. Johnson County tries to answer with a 3-ball, not gonna go. Loose, corralled there by the Vikings. Up court, hits the brakes, shoots a 3, off the rim, no good.
Going to slow it up and have the last shot.
And Wilson will try to drive through to get it, and she'll take those final shots from the free throw line.
We'll see the strategy they go, or Missouri Valley goes with here. Wilson out of Clinton, Missouri, Clinton High School. 67% free throw shooter, knocks them both down.
Tried to fire off one last shot. It got actually closer than I thought it was going to get.
Yeah.
As we go to the end of the third quarter, we head to the final frame, 81-33. Johnson County in command here on Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Martin City Animal Hospital. Back in ready for the start of the fourth quarter here on Johnson County Sports Live. Commanding Cavalier lead here, 81-33.
Must ask Aaron the age-old question, when's the best time to put up the Christmas tree?
Well, in our household, didn't really have a great deal of control over that, but it was pretty much up on November the 1st. The Halloween decorations came down. Suddenly I was asked to go dig around in the attic. Down came the Christmas lights.
I guess you were asked to put those up.
That we were very early with our Christmas decorating, and pretty much are every year. As Layla Scott drills another 3-ball.
I must say, I'll be honest, my mom had the decorations up by mid-October.
Yep.
I'm not talking Halloween. I mean, mid-October, the decorations were up.
And when you're excited about Christmas, sometimes, oh my goodness. Layla Scott fired that one from well downtown. I think she was standing at the Kansas City Speedway and rifled that one off, and it went through. That one no good.
We have 5 Christmas trees in the house, by the way.
Is she just playing a game of horse? What's going on down there?
Maybe.
That one finally a miss. Not even sure how or why she managed to miss it. She seemed like she was using some sort of auto aim or something going on there for a moment, but human after all, as it turns out. And we get a timeout, 8:24 to go. We'll step aside. Cavaliers in front, big time, 54-point lead in the fourth quarter. Back in out of the break. Vikings with the inbound. Plays it back.
Oh.
And that one back over half court, but last touched by a Cavalier.
And I think kind of the message that Coach Parker is trying to make to her squad is, let's just play slow. Let's run the offense. You saw that there. Johnson County doing a nice job of reading the shots, and they just had to get it off there. And that was quite a hurl.
They just kind of turned and flung it, almost like a shot put form. Ended up off the bottom of the backboard, and Johnson County possession.
Dude, perfect trick shots, episode 1. New generation.
That's what I thought Layla Scott was up to over the last 3 possessions. 3 straight threes, all getting progressively longer, and why not? Take another. That one off the rim. It bounced a couple of times, but no good, and then Barnes collects the rebound. Jump ball, possession arrows with the Vikings.
I love Layla Barnes' tenacity down low. She gets it, and then she brings it down. I was almost, I think, have control, but I think most coaches would tell you don't want to bring it down, but she still fights for it and wins it every time, even though they're going to call a jump ball. She steals it every time. And she's very vocal when she's on the floor, too. I think that's what you also need in a player of Layla Barnes' kind, is someone who's vocal and is easily spoken.
Out to Scott. Gets it down low to Barnes. That shot didn't have quite enough mustard on it. And Mackenzie Mann comes down with the rebound. Also, she was the one who got the basket for the Vikings on that last possession. And they'll continue to move it around. They'll try another 3 ball. That one airballed and ends up in the cheer section.
There's an open look, just left it short a little bit there.
Here's Strickland with it. To Johnson.
They just want to spread the floor and kind of drain as much clock as they can. But if they have open looks like that, Strickland's going to drive in and make you pay.
Yeah, Strickland just right to the rim. Made it look easy. That one a bit high, And Barnes comes down with the rebound. Gives it to Warren. They'll pass it around the outside. Layla Scott steps back, now drives to the rim. No good. Warren poked it out. Scott collects the loose ball. She'll take a three. Off the rim. Strickland couldn't get to it.
When you're shooting a high percentage three ball like Layla Scott is, I mean, if you're feeling comfortable with this lead, why not just take as many opportunities as you can?
Pretty much just having fun with it at this point. And also 9 points away from triple digits once again. Outside. And a foul called.
Yeah, they're going to give that one to Micaiah Johnson, and just didn't leave enough space on that shot. That was a great defense too, I must say. But just didn't leave Gilland enough space to be able to have the shot, and that's why she's going to be called for the foul.
That one off the rim and out, no good.
The thing I love about Coach Conrad is he's always going to be up and moving on the sideline, and as common as that answer is, I think it speaks volumes to, despite a lead, you can never be comfortable with your performance.
And Holzer drills another three ball. Johnson County never plays like they're comfortable with a lead or a performance. Always just continuing to keep their foot on that gas pedal. That shot no good. Holzer the rebound. And there you see it on display. Jade Warren got herself up court quickly. 96 on the board for the Cavaliers.
Great defense by Warren getting back.
Good perimeter movement here for Johnson County. Now Warren drives, two more up on the board.
That's a great finger roll by Jade Warren. Goes to her left, dribbles around, sees the open lane, and just easily rolls it in. Looks to be Johnson County is going to go to that 100 mark right there. They just want to play slow, and I think they're not on the same page on what play they want to run, and that's why Warren's going to be able to steal that one.
Warren turned the page for him. Then they got it back, and then Jocelyn Moore got it right back for Johnson County. For three. Got it! Triple digits on a triple. Corey Holzer connects again.
That's back-to-back threes for Corey Holzer right there. He's had a phenomenal second half. And if we could give MVPs half by half, I think the second half MVP would have to be Corey Holzer. He's come off the bench in the second half and has absolutely been electric.
And now they'll get it out to her again. Why not try another one? This is getting ridiculous. Everything's going in for Johnson County, and a timeout. Media timeout. We'll step aside with 3:17 to go. 104-38 here on Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Martin City Animal Hospital. back in out of the break. 3:17 to go. Johnson County, I think it's safe to say, looks to be on their way to 12-0 here, Brennan.
Yeah, I'd say so. And there's still a lot of, of course, there's still some moments they want to go back and look through on film, but it's been a really successful day for Johnson County. 12-0, they're going to be fifth 100-point win this season, or 100-point mark win this season. They're fourth against NAI schools, so really been a really successful day for Johnson County. It's because they've had factors in the first and second half, and they just played a complete game at a high volume and a high intensity.
That one goes to Jennings. We got a player down back behind the play. Cavaliers shoot a 3.
They'll let it play out. Yep, now they got to call time.
So we'll step aside briefly here as they tend to the injured player and be right back. Well, actually, are they? Looks like she'll be able to hop back up.
That's Valdi. That's on the ground for Vikings. Do hope she's okay. Just took a hard fall there. Nice to see her get up and walk off on her own power.
Gets an ovation from the crowd here. Sends it outside for Winner. Almost lost the handle, but does corral it. Shot. Not gonna go. Jocelyn Moore collects the rebound. Jump ball called. It'll stay with the Cavaliers.
Coach Conrad is kind of just wanting an explanation on it and just hand it down low, and Missouri Valley just stayed with it, just stayed collected on the ball and forced that jump there. But possession in our favor is Johnson County. Still have another chance at this.
And Jennings puts it through.
I love this hustle by Missouri Valley there. Of course, they're down by a lot, but, you know, they're going to play hard, they're going to play fast, and they're going to play physical.
And they're going to get 2 more points at the very least here, as Mia Adams sends it back to Jennings, who goes back to Moore. We got a violation
3
coming
seconds.
here against, Johnson County.
First few possessions, they wanted to play fast, but now I think Mo Valley just wants to run their offense, and that's just unfortunate there.
Yeah, called for the travel. So 1:02 left to play. We'll see how much urgency Johnson County shows here, if they're just going to essentially kill 30 seconds and then give up the ball.
I think that's the plan, but if you're playing under Coach Conrad, you always want to find ways to score. How about that?
Ananda Ford adding to her point total.
Got to be close to the 30 mark at this rate.
And adds the free throw as well. Tipped taken away.
Oh,
And
no.
right toward the Viking bench.
I think they were just trying to go for an additional outlet pass, and they just weren't ready for it. Got tipped around twice, and Holzer just wasn't looking.
Taken away by Ford. Another stat to add to her resume tonight. As Jocelyn Moore slows things down. Sends it outside to Holzer.
Just move it around, kill clock.
Adams, not gonna go. Winter comes up with the rebound, and not a great deal of urgency here as the clock will tick down to 0. That basket, very close, wouldn't have counted, but it would have been fun. 111-43, your final score here from Johnson County. We'll step aside and be back with the post-game show right after this. You're watching Johnson County Sports Live, brought to you by Martin City Animal Hospital. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the post-game show here on Johnson County Sports Live. Cavaliers took care of business, a dominant effort here tonight, Brennan, as they come away with the 111-43 victory over the Vikings of Missouri Valley. A phenomenal game from Ananda Ford, 23 points. She was 11 of 14 from the field. Plenty of great games to go around. We had 5 double-digit scorers in this Cavalier lineup here tonight. What stood out to you about how Johnson County got win number 12?
I think it's the way they shot the ball tonight, especially. I mean, they just did their part. They forced 25 turnovers tonight, and I think they just forced the turnovers. And off those turnovers, they scored 35 points off those 25 turnovers. So they made it happen. Second chance points, 30-0. They didn't allow a second chance point at all in this game. I think that's something that also speaks volume is that you don't allow a team to have another chance at scored a basket. You only let them have maybe one rebound. They don't get it. Maybe you don't let them have that initial rebound offensively. I think that's something that speaks volumes to me. And also the fourth quarter. I mean, they were up by a lot, sure, but 60% from the field on 20 shots. They made 12. 56% from 3 in the fourth quarter, 5 of 9. And they went 100% from the line just on one shot on one attempt. So that fourth quarter from Johnson County, they scored 30 in that. Sure, they had a 31-point second quarter, but the fourth quarter, I feel like they really elevated it and put the game away for good, essentially. And when you look at the final numbers, they shot above average on the season. They shot a little bit below average on three-point in the game. They shot 32% from three-point range, and they're shooting 38% from the field on average, and they shot well above their free throw range. They came into this averaging about 73% or 72% from the free throw line. They shot 90% from the free throw line, Aaron. I think when you have two really good aspects in the game that you really excelled on above your average margin, and then there's one that's like you came close, but it's not quite there yet. I think you have to be really satisfied with the performance tonight from Johnson County.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime you can go out there and win by over 60 points, actually they won by very nearly 70, you're going to be satisfied with the performance. But for Johnson County, this is once again now, this isn't about having satisfying performances. This is about winning back-to-back national championships, and they look like a team that is well on their way. We thank you all for joining us here tonight. Johnson County Sports Live will hopefully be in action later on this week. Obviously a road game on Thursday. Schedule, we'll just say in flux in case of snow.
I can pull up the schedule for you here.
But
I don't think there's any snow in the radar coming up here in the next couple days. Yeah, it looks to be we're going to be clear for a good amount of the winter, but that schedule for you that we have coming up here on Johnson County Sports Live, they'll be on the road, like you mentioned, on Thursday.
And then Friday, it should be you and Caden here
It'll
on the
be
call,
Caden
Brennan.
and myself, yeah. Men's basketball against Baker University JV, and then the women have 2 home games back-to-back essentially 3 home games to wrap out the month of December. Central Methodist University JV, that's a reschedule of beginning of the year. That'll be played, kind of into November. That'll be played on the 7th, 4 p.m. tip on that one. And then Monday, it says St. Mary's JV, but it's actually William Penn. That's a 5:30 tip on Monday, December 8th. So a back-to-back game. Of course, they're on the road Thursday at Raritan Valley Community College. And then kind of looking at the men's side, they're playing a really good basketball so far this season, Aaron, I must say.
That they are.
And we'll take, so it'll be the 5th on Friday. They take on Baker University JV. Kind of go through the rest of the month of December, actually. Tuesday, Dylan and myself have the game against for the men's side against Sterling College JV. That'll be a fun matchup. Friday, December 12th, the women will take on Parkland College Cobras. Dylan and Dennis will have you. And then to round out the year on Saturday, December 13th, the men have Metropolitan Community College, the Wolves. You and Caden, I believe, will be on the call for that one to round out the month of December and wrap out the Big 2-5 as they call it, before we head to the year of 2026. So I'm excited to see how the rest of December will play out for the Cavs.
Yeah,
We have also got high school hoops as well.
Yeah,
Don't forget that.
Looking to stay undefeated through the end of the year, maybe even through the whole season, depending on how it plays out. But we thank you all for watching them get to 12-0 here tonight on Johnson County Sports Live. For Brennan Bolin, I've been Aaron Feely. We'll see you guys on Friday.